It's going to be a video on the new Conductor quick kill. Just a couple disclaimers before we get started. One, this works on both Conductor and Grooves. So the only thing that will distinguish the two at this point is a half second in Fake Award Ceremony. Grooves is a little twirl, so he's half second slower. Aside from that, no longer matters who wins. And two, this video may be a bit complicated, however, I'm going to try and do this in a couple parts. The first minute or two, I'm just going to be explaining what to do. And then after that, I'm going to be explaining how the RNG works and different ways to manipulate it to make it more favorable. That second part is going to be a little complicated though. So, like I said, you don't have to follow, you don't have to watch that part if you don't want to. I'm going to explain exactly how to do it in these first few minutes. So without further ado, let's get started. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to lag Conductor through the floor. However, the problem we had previously was that, well, first off, we never had a way to actually lag him from inbounds. We found a way to do that. The problem was it was slow still. That was because we were always lagging him on the disco ball attack. Let's see if he does it one more time. I don't think he's going to. Yeah, he's not, but I think the disco ball attack should be fairly straightforward though. The one where he goes up in the air and the disco ball comes crashing down. If he goes out of bounds on that attack, he will die at 4 minutes flat, more or less. If he falls out of bounds on the knives attack, not this first attack of this phase, but the other knives attack, I think some point later in the video I'll show exactly what that looks like. But if you want to, see for yourself, you can play through the fight yourself. It's fairly obvious what it is. If he falls out of bounds on that attack, the knives attack I was just talking about, he will fall a lot faster, and the fight will be about a minute 30. Unless you stay paused, as long as I am, obviously. But the RNG for this comes in is that he can also do the disco ball attack in this phase. So if you lag him out on that attack, it will be a 4-minute fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit him on this attack so that he transitions into the next one, and immediately pause and just cause some lag. And if we get good RNG, it will be a quick fight. If we get bad RNG, it will be a long fight. So, I do want to mention, game? Cool. Whatever game. We used environmental detail here, this setting here for toilet. This doesn't produce enough lag for this fight. Just want to make sure I mention that before it gets confusing. The two options that I've had work for me are VSync and this global visual quality, your simple setting in your graphics. So, I use the slider. Like I said, VSync works just as well. This does change settings. Most notably, it will change your draw distance, which will affect the cycles in your next run, and it will turn predictive camera trace on. So, if you want to go for VSync, go for it. If you want to double change any of these, check what your settings are, check what changes. But I'm just going to be changing the slider. Just know VSync also works. All right. So I don't know if you heard, but there was a little it sounded like a sword sheathing. I don't know how else to explain that noise. That's the noise that you hear whenever he does his knives attack, which means we got good RNG. There's also a visual indicator on screen, like a little star type object thingy, like right around the middle of the screen. You would see it like right about where my mouse is moving. This general area as he falls. It's a bit of like the shine off the knife, which you can see through the floor. But oh, there we go. So, yeah, that's how you do the quick kill. That was good RNG, so we're going to get a quick fight. I'm just waiting for the timepiece to spawn to show that it actually is fairly quick. There it is. So, as you can see, that was fairly fast. If I didn't pause at all, so it would have been about a minute 30. And, yeah, so, I mean, that's the quick kill. If you got bad RNG, we'd still be going for another few minutes, unfortunately, but if you did no quick kill, it'd honestly be about the same time length anyways, if you want a comparison. If anything, it'd be like 20 seconds faster. So that's that. So I'm gonna restart level real quick, and I'm gonna start talking about the RNG of the fight and how to manipulate it. Because a fast fight is nice and all, but 50% is pretty bad, especially when you're this far into a run. So, phase 1, you do actually nothing different. But phase 2, we're gonna start manipulating the attack patterns. Alright, so I almost forgot to pause. So, the TLDR of what we're doing to manipulate the RNG is we're not going to try the quick kill on this first move, and we're going to try it on every move after that, with one exception. And we'll see if I get the RNG to show that. If not, I'll talk about it. But, basically, there's going to be a paste bin describing how boss patterns work in the description. Either a paste bin or just a block of text, depending on how it's already formatted. I'll decide that later. But if you wanted to figure out more on why this works, you just look through that. And we're just trying to pick as many attacks as possible that can't be the disco attack next. So next, disco can be next, so I don't want to risk it. If I got bad RNG here, that's bad RNG. And we would have lost 4 minutes. So if I had done it, we would have been good, but I didn't. So if I go for it on this next attack, next is guaranteed disco, so that's bad. So I'm going to just hit him and let him go again. However, if this was disco attack, you would just let him fall. You let him fall, I'm sorry. My bad. If this was disco attack, you would do the quick kill, and it would be 100% guaranteed to get it. But now, it's not entirely guaranteed. I know for a fact next attack will be disco, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to attack him. Disco. Alright, so now that his first set of attacks is over, he's done all of his attacks, and his cycle is refreshed. Now the only attack he can't do is disco. That means he can either do the Knives attack, which we want, or he can do that first attack, that dark back screen attack. Which, if you do try the quick kill on that attack, nothing happens. Just fight continues as normal. So it's safe to try it on this particular scenario, where you don't go for a first attack, and then he does Knives disco. If you try it on that third disco attack, you're safe. So we're gonna try, and we're gonna see what happens. Alright, so as you see, we had gotten it. Had this been the dark attack, the first attack we saw of this phase, then you would have gotten bad luck twice already, and you would have had one last attempt on that dark attack. It's for him to either give you the Knives attack or the disco attack. It's not worth waiting on that one because you're going to change your phases after that, so you're just not going to be able to even try it. And even then, you're already wasting a lot of time. Well, not wasting, I would say. It's about 10 seconds difference overall if you get bad RNG. But you get 3 different attempts to get the quick kill instead of 1 with the other strat. So I like this. So hopefully that made sense. If you want a basic version, like a easy to understand version of how to get best odds for the fast strat, don't hit him for first attack. Don't try. You always want to hit him. Don't try quick kill. Don't. All right, let me restart that because mouth is hard. Words are hard. If you want best RNG, the simple way to do it is don't try the quick kill on the first attack, and after that, try it on whichever attack is the disco attack. If you still don't get it on that disco attack, just try it the next attack, and at that point, you're out of luck. So, I'm going to do this one more time, just showing my strats, just to see if we get different RNG. But hopefully this made sense. If you still have questions, you're welcome to try the comment section. I don't always check those. I sort of rely on YouTube notifications, which don't work. But if you want like an easy answer, definitely go to the BootTube Discord server. There'll be more people there to help more often. So if you have questions, that's the place to go. So phase 1, fast. I throw brewers because I'm dumb. Oh, you can do that still. Alright. Alright. So as you see, here's my disco attack. So we're going to do it on the disco attack. And we're good. And that's a quick go. Again, if that wasn't, you would have done what I did when I was explaining the RNG. You would just hit him, knife attack, try disco attack, try it after that. And I didn't mention this earlier, I should have, but sometimes you can sort of see it. You'll probably see when the timepiece spawns here. If you change your graphic settings, timepieces look weird. That is nothing, I mean, it's a glitch. Yeah, you can sort of see it, it's a bit disco-y. Can I show it? There we go. Yeah, you can see it's a bit odd to look at. Do I have camera? I do. Yeah, you can see it's a bit odd. But that's just a bug with the changing the settings for whatever reason. Your run's still fine. This doesn't validate your run or anything. So, like I said, this is a lot faster and a lot easier than any other quick go we had. So, practice. It's not that hard, and good luck.